On the night of November 10, 2017, a man named Edgar Colaguazo, age 44, returned from work to his Jackson Heights apartment in Queens, New York, where he rented a room to a couple with their 6-year-old son. The couple were throwing a birthday party for their son. The night was joyous for the people at Jackson Heights, that is until Edgar decided to invite 3 children into his room. Edgar offered to take the kids and watch a movie with them so the adults at the party could socialize. He took the birthday boy, his 5-year-old female cousin and another boy. The girl emerged from the room acting a bit strange. She later claimed that Edgar actually kissed her and told her to keep her mouth shut. The boy's father peeked into the room and saw nothing out of the ordinary. Then the girl's mother looked into the room sometime later where she saw Edgar with the boy on his lap, molesting him. The girl's mother ran out shrieking to the boy's mother. As the fathers of the family got to know what happened, they erupted into Edgar's room and started beating him. The family locked him in his room and called 911. It was then that Edgar decided to make a run for it and jumped down to the ground from his 4th-floor apartment. This is the video caught by one of the CCTV cameras on the location. As you can see, he did not make it down alive. Police, when reached the scene, rushed him to hospital where doctors could not save him. Laken Hope Riley was born on 10th of January, 2002, to Jason Riley and Allison Phillips. She was raised by her parents in Woodstock, Georgia with her 3 siblings. She graduated in 2020 from River Ridge High School, where she was a member of the cross-country team. Cherokee County School Superintendent described Riley as an outstanding athlete who inspired both classmates and teachers. She attended the University of Georgia in Athens but later transferred to Augusta University's Nursing College, attending classes on its Athens campus not far from the sprawling UGA campus. Her smile was extremely infectious. She spread joy wherever she went, which only added that she loved nursing and caring for others. On the morning of February 22, 2024, Riley went for a morning run at UGA campus. That same day around 12:07 p.m. when she did not return, her friend being worried reported her missing. Shortly before 1 p.m. UGA police found her lifeless body in Oconee Forest Park behind Lake Herrick. The cause of her demise, blunt force trauma. The police at the scene described the scene as a crime of opportunity and that Riley was not specifically targeted, she was just at a wrong place at wrong time and met the wrong individual who ultimately ended her life. Hours after Riley's body was found, homicide detectives quickly pulled a photo from a CCTV camera of the potential suspect. The suspect wore an Adidas hat. All the leads eventually led the detectives to an off-campus apartment where they searched the grounds and quickly connected the dots to identify the suspect as 26-year-old Jose Ibarra, who was a citizen of a Venezuelan city. When investigated, officials found that he entered U.S. illegally by crossing the border in 2022 but was allowed to stay. Jose also had a bench warrant issued for his arrest in December 2023 after failing to appear in court in a shoplifting case in Georgia. The charges against him include felony murder, false imprisonment, kidnapping, hindering a 911 call, and concealing the death of another. Currently he is being detained in a jail in Athens. Riley's murder was highly publicized by the American media and the press. Her family says they plan to establish a foundation in her honor. On March 7, 2024, the House of Representatives passed the Laken Riley Act in a 251-170 vote, with 37 Democratic members joining all Republican members in voting for the bill. The Laken Riley Act mandates federal detention of migrants who commit burglary or theft and allowed states to file suit against the federal government for failing to enforce immigration laws. The woman you see on your screen is Pava LePere, a businesswoman and CEO of tech startup Ecomap Technologies. She was born in 1996 or 1997. We don't have exact information on her early life, but we know that she grew up in Tucson. She graduated from Catalina Foothills High School in 2015, and went on graduating from Johns Hopkins University in 2019. She initially enrolled for computer science for 3 years but later decided to switch to sociology as she wanted to use entrepreneurship to improve societal inequalities. After she had completed her studies, she started Innov8MD. It was a non-profit organization to support young and student entrepreneurs in Maryland. When Marie turned 21, she and Sherrod Davis together founded Ecomap Technologies, selling artificial intelligence tools to make their clients' information more accessible and customer communication more seamless and flawless. In 2023, Marie was included on Forbes' 30 Under 30 list in the social impact category. On September 22, 2023, Marie allowed a man named Jason Billingsley access to her apartment building. He was seen getting on an elevator with Marie. Later Jason was filmed wiping his hands on his shorts and leaving the building in a rush. After 3 days, it was revealed why Jason left the building in haste. Marie was found dead on September 25, on the rooftop of her apartment building. Cause of death was determined to be strangulation and blunt force trauma. The authorities wasted no time, and on September 27, Jason was arrested and charged with first-degree murder, assault, and using a brick as a dangerous weapon. Jason was not a first-time offender. In fact, he is a convicted sex offender. He pled guilty to first-degree assault in 2009 and a second-degree assault in 2011. In 2013, Jason was again arrested and charged with assault. In 2015, Billingsley pleaded guilty to a first-degree sex offense and was sentenced to 30 years in prison. Under a plea agreement, 16 years of his sentence were suspended. Billingsley was released from prison early in October 2022 under Maryland's diminution credit system, which allows inmates to reduce their sentences through things such as good behavior and taking educational courses. The conclusion of police investigation in Marie's case is that she may have not known Jason at all, but then it arises the question, why did she let a complete stranger in her apartment? We might never know the answer to that, but in January 2024, Maryland Governor Wes Moore endorsed legislation to restrict sex offenders' ability to earn good time credits that reduce their sentence, citing Marie's case. On January 4, 2023, police went to the Haight family residence to conduct a welfare check at around 4 p.m. Upon entering the house, the police were met with a grisly scene: 8 family members, deceased. Cause of death for all the members were gunshot wounds. The bodies were identified as 42-year-old Michael Haight, his wife Tasha Haight, 40, her mother Gail Earl, 78, and 5 children, a 17-year-old girl, a 12-year-old girl, a 7-year-old girl, a 7-year-old boy and a 4-year-old boy. The welfare check was requested by a family friend after Tasha missed an appointment on the same day. The police were quick to determine that the culprit was Michael Haight himself and that his wound was self-inflicted, after shooting rest of the family members. The police had already investigated Michael back in 2020 after accusations of domestic abuse made by his eldest daughter. At the time, Michael told the investigating officer that his daughter, 14 at the time, was mouthy. He also told the officer that he had checked his wife's phone and tablet to assure himself she hadn't spoken about the family in a negative way to anyone. The officer ultimately decided there was not any indication of abuse on Michael's part. Apparently, Tasha has filed for divorce 2 weeks before the family was found dead. The victims were buried in a single service in Laken City Cemetery on January 13, 2023. It was reported that Michael's name went unmentioned at the service and that he had a separate, private funeral held.